the Dogfish Head Brewery, Sam Calagione.
It's been a long, strange, but wonderful trip.
From the Boston Beer Company, Jim Cook. Welcome back to the Friday Beer Buzz, Jim.
Well, it's nice to be back.
Here normally from Aberdeenshire in Scotland, from BrewDog, we have James Watt and Martin Dickey. Welcome to the show, guys.
Biggest mission today is just to make other people passionate about your state craft beers as we are.
And now, the three-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Excellence in Broadcasting Award, the recipient of 2 Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Awards for Excellence, promoting and advancing the craft and microbrew culture in Northeast PA. This is another edition of
The Friday Beer Buzz!
The Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza in Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. Sabatini's, with the area's greatest selection of rare craft and imported beers. Growlers and crowlers and 37 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar. Wyoming Avenue in Exeter, and Lindo Sabatini, as always, with us this morning. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
He's ready. And we have Bill from mybeerbuzz.com with us as always. Hi, Bill.
Happy Friday. You know, I had a suggestion for Johnny for the song color things, and I don't think he liked it. I suggested that he play White Christmas.
Oh.
Well, I agree. I don't like it either. It's very mean-spirited to anyone not ready for Christmas.
You just want to make Christmas cookies. That's what it is, Bill. You are a cookie baker.
It is. I'm already mapping it out. You know, you know, Nancy, you have to start making at least the dough in, like, just after Thanksgiving. As soon as I'm done cleaning up after Thanksgiving, it's on.
I'll be making the dough in like a week. I already bought all the flour, the sugar, the baking soda, the baking powder, you know, all the stuff.
That is a great strategy, and I'll tell you, I know that I'm in too deep when I'm buying flour in 50-pound bags.
Yeah, that's really deep. That's more than me. All right,
It's right after Thanksgiving. It's ready, set, dough.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Come on.
Johnny, where's my sound? Hang on.
That's a pizza joke.
Yeah, that is a pizza joke. That's what they do at the at Sabatini's. All right,
If that was bad, let's get to beer news. Let's get right to it.
We do. So we have some beer news, and our beer news comes from literally all over the world. And since it's part of our intro with James Watt and Martin Dickey, I think I will start with BrewDog beer news. They did a promotion, and it was called the Solid Gold Can Promotion. And they hid these gold cans in cases of beer, and there weren't many of them. There were only a handful of them. And apparently, the winners complained, now, you know, you just won a lot of money, but you're going to complain that it was not a solid gold can. And they complained to, apparently in Scotland, there's something called the ASA, it's the Advertising Standards Authority.
Wow.
And they won the case, essentially, and said that the contest, in the end, they said the contest was invalid. So I don't know, you know, I guess they were not going to get their winnings. But our pal James Watt stepped up and said, we made a mistake. I will pay for it, not out of company money. I will pay for it out of my own salary. And I'm sure he's not, you know, I don't think he's hurting to hand out this money. But he's going to pay the winners out of his own pocket. And they're going to relaunch the contest correctly. And apparently they have to specify a cash equivalent for the solid gold can, and or say that it's a gold-plated can or something along
Yeah, you have to have your lawyers when you do your contest, that's for sure.
Yeah, the irony here is these guys are the ones, you know, projecting their butt on the Parliament in London and doing all these really irreverent things, and then they get tagged by some advertising authority in Scotland. It's kind of funny. They're in a bit of hot water in some other areas that we won't go through here, but stay tuned to that story. I think that's going to get more interesting as it goes on. Our next tidbit comes very local, hyper-local almost, out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. Trogs has released Mad Elf 2021. And if you know anything about Trogs or about Mad Elf, you know this is a highly coveted beer that people go after it every year. And the interesting thing about 2021 is it has a new illustration for the elf. And this is the 4th new elf since 2002 when they first originally released it. And it is drawn by a guy named Joshua Noon. And it's not a radical departure. If you go on mybeerbuzz and look it up, it's not a crazy departure from the original ones, but it is a bit of a crazy departure from last year's. Last year's was sort of more modern and more sparse.
It looked like an alien last year. This year is back to the real elf, in my opinion.
Yeah, it has much more character, I think, to it. Last year was sort of a bit sterile, although I like that kind of modern look. So watch for that. It's out now. I'm sure it's not arriving at Windows just yet, but it should.
You're wrong.
Oh, it's there.
Oh, it's there.
Ooh,
I spent an hour making the display last night. It's on the floor.
that's great.
Nice.
So release the hounds. Go to Sabatini's. Go get your Mad Elf. Our next tidbit comes from Sierra Nevada, and it's a FOMO exclusive beer. Now, there's not a lot of details available for it. Now, I don't know if FOMO means fear of missing out or if it's some Museum of Modern Art or something, but they're calling it FOMO exclusives. And it's called Parking Lot Memories, and it is a double dry hopped pale ale that hits 5.5% ABV and 38 IBU. And they're saying that it is a tribute to the rock show or rock concert tailgaters. The beer will use Cascade, Centennial, Citra, and Chinook, sort of all the ski hops, and it will be packaged in 16-ounce cans. And if you remember back a couple weeks, we announced another FOMO exclusive from Sierra Nevada, so you can go find them both. And our final tidbit comes out of New Belgium and their Voodoo Ranger line of confusing IPAs for me. And this one just displays how out of touch I am and the amount of Googling I had to do. The beer is going to be called Back for Blood, and that's all one word with the number 4 in there instead of FOR. So it's Back for Blood Ridden IPA. It's an 8.5% ABV IPA that'll be packaged in 16-ounce cans. And I had to Google all over the place. Apparently, Back for Blood is a video game. And I'm, as much as I love gaming and coming out of college, that's what I wanted to do. I had no idea what Back for Blood was. And so it's like one of these first-person shooter games. So watch for that beer to come out. That's going to be Voodoo Ranger Back for Blood Written IPA. These are all on the breaking news tab on mybeerbuzz.com if you want more details or you want the latest news.
Check them out. Alrighty.
Thank you so much. What's this? Now, I want to ask you a question, Linda, about this beer. Is it very hoppy?
It tastes hoppy.
Why don't you tell me?
Well, I smelled it. Just by smell, I'm asking.
Yeah, now taste it.
Oh, it's very hoppy.
Is it very hoppy?
I would say it's quite hoppy, sir. Is that verbally judging? So,
Quite the word you want to go with? Or
it's
is it maybe medium hoppy?
oh, I don't know. From my experience, this might be the hoppiest one you've given me.
No.
And what I meant by experience is I'm always wrong.
Well, it's not. I think the only reason is I know that John Webster. Like there's certain beers that I taste that I know that like John Webster loves. And that is a hoppier beer than this. Not that he wouldn't love this one, but that's the only. It's funny. I know from the taste that it's not as hoppy as
I would say there's a moderate level of hoppiness to this.
Moderate. Okay, I've got a lot to learn then. This is why I like doing this Friday Beer Buzz. So I get to
But it's
think about it.
hoppier than you like.
No, I don't hate. I like this. It's good.
I thought you weren't a big hoppy fan.
It's growing on me.
Okay.
Should we say what the beer is, or should we just talk
Yeah,
about
we
the
should
hops?
tell people what the beer is. What is it?
It's moderately hoppy.
Oh, is that what it's called? What is
Your
this?
hoppy barometer has to be developed. The beer comes to us from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, also semi-local, from the Evergreen Brewing Company, and it's called Soleado, or am I saying that right, Lindo?
I'd say that. I mean, I would say that's how you say it.
And so Evergreen, we did them on the show as part of a collaboration they did several years ago, but we've never really featured them on the show. They've been around since 2016, so they're heading into their 5th anniversary this year. They were started by Larry Dolan and Norm Fromm, who previously worked together at Brewhouse Grill, a beer bar, and they got together and decided that they could do it better. And this is called Soleado. It's a pale ale, and I would call it sort of moderately hoppy. I don't have the IBU for it. Is the IBU anywhere on the can?
I do not see it listed.
I don't see it either, but then again, I can't read.
It gives us an.
Because it's so small, I can't see it.
We have their phone number and an ABV of 5.4. but they're not saying IBUs. My guess is it would be in somewhere in the 30s.
Yeah, I'd agree. And 5.4 is right on the cusp of sessionable beer. You know, people call 5% lower sort of sessionable and 5% higher not. I think 5.4 is sessionable, depending upon how long you want your session to last. But I think that's where a pale ale should be. So I think I like this one. It's I think very light and drinkable. It has a really nice grapefruity presence that I like. If you hang with me when we go out to have a few beers, you know the grapefruity beers are right in the center of my lane. And this one they also talk about Mandarin orange, and I don't know that I can taste the difference between orange and Mandarin orange, but are you getting Mandarin in there, Jason?
Of course, I have a very sensitive orange palate.
I do.
No, I don't get that. I get the grapefruit though. Definitely get that first, but.
So you like it?
I do like this. It's good, yeah.
Juicy, citrusy,
Absolutely.
Not over the top towards Hayesville. It can go either way for drinkers. If you like the hazy IPAs, this kind of slides close to that. You're still getting that softer feeling, not overly hoppy like a lot of the West Coast.
I was gonna say sometimes when I drink these, I get that kind of like, oh, you get that afterwards because it's so hoppy. Not from this.
No.
Yeah,
It's
light.
nice. I like this one a lot.
It's
actually.
a good breakfast pale ale.
Yeah. Okay, let
And
me.
they're known for.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, they're known for using fresh and high-quality local ingredients, and they love to put a local agricultural twist in all their beers. So I'm not thinking that they can grow Mandarin oranges, but
You never know. All right, so obviously this is at Sabatini's.
Yes, this, and we do try to carry a lot of their fresher IPAs as well. But this one I really wanted to try because I wanted something nice and easy.
Yeah, that's like you said, like not over the top, and Jason's getting ready with his hoppy palate. You're starting to notice
I'm starting
the
to
differences.
understand it. No, I do, and it's good. It's really good, and it's good with pancakes.
Is this good with pancakes? I don't know. This could be an OJ substitute.
Why not?
Yes.
Also, as you mentioned, you're getting the not just the Halloween, but the Christmas. You mentioned Mad Elf. You were
Mad Elf we have on the floor 2019, 2020, and now 2021.
so come on by, folks, to Sabatini's. All right, Bill. Nice chatting with you.
you too. Have a good weekend.
We'll talk to you
Thanks,
next
Bill.
week. The Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar in Exeter. Today's beer, Evergreen Brewing Company's Soleado Pale Ale. It is at Sabatini's, the greatest selection of rare craft and imported beers. Growlers and crowlers and 37 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bottle Shop and Bar. Wyoming Avenue in Exeter, the Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers and good people together.